The Gold Awards is the Governor's Outstanding Leadership in Disability Awards, and we honor people across the state who have shown leadership in the area of disabilities to improve the quality of life for people with disabilities. We'll be honoring 12 people in different categories today, and we'll also be honoring some of our children who have participated in our inclusive art program.
What did you win, and how do you feel about it?
I won an award and I feel good.
I won first place in the third grade category division, and I feel like I did really good.
It feels okay, I guess. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm happy at the same time.
I got second place in the fifth grade category, and I feel proud of myself. Our contest in second place. I feel excited. I drew a wheelchair and a person playing with a ball in a wheelchair and a basketball goal.
And who's in the audience today to be with you?
My mom and my nanny.
Mom, my dad, my brother.
My mom, my dad, and my art teacher.
My Nana and my Ma.
My mom and my grandmother, my great grandmother, and my uncle.
On behalf of the Governor's Office of Disability Affairs and the Governor's Office of Program and Planning, we'd like to welcome you to the Old State Capitol. My name is Jamar Ennis. I'm the Assistant Director of the Governor's Office of Disability Affairs, and it's my pleasure to share the stage with our Executive Director, Ms. Bambi Palazola. We're here to celebrate and recognize your participation in the 2016 Inclusive Art Show competition. We're proud to display your art that illustrates this year's contest theme of Inclusion Matters, a better world for all. It is a great privilege to introduce our guest speaker, Ms. Lynette Fontenot. The Governor's Advisory Council on Disability Affairs Chairperson, Lynette Fontenot, has more than 30 years of experience in the field of advocacy. Lynette is an LSU graduate and has worked her way up from a self-advocate to leading many large and diverse councils. She has served on several committees, including the LSU Human Development Constituent Advocacy Group, the Lafayette Parish Disability Awareness Community, the Louisiana Citizens for Action Now, the Louisiana Developmental Disabilities Council, and of course, the Governor's Advisory Council on Disability Affairs, just to name a few. Lynette has devoted her life for the inclusion of all people with disabilities in our schools and communities. Her core beliefs provide the philosophical foundation for everything she does for others. She believes that individuals with disabilities should have an opportunity to express themselves in any way they can and to live a quality of life. Lynette is also an accomplished artist. Her paintings have been featured in many exhibits and have been seen all around the country. Lynette's work has been featured on her website entitled Painting with an Unusual Means. Without any further delay, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our featured guest speaker, Ms. Lynette Fontenot.
As chairperson of the Governor's Advisory Council on Disability Affairs, I want to welcome all of you to the Inclusive Art Awards ceremony. I am honored to serve as chairperson of this council. The artwork is beautiful and symbolizes inclusion of people with disabilities. I know a lot of thought and effort was put into each painting. You could take these ideas a step further and include people with disabilities in your life. Inclusion means many things. When we include people with disabilities, or without disabilities, we can live a fuller life. We can learn to live together. It is about all of us. Because I have cerebral palsy, I have had to overcome many obstacles. As I speak today, you will understand how inclusion helped me overcome these obstacles. Inclusion is very important to everyone. Being included was a challenge. I struggled to communicate. I had to compete with everyone else who could do things so easily. I need someone to help me with all my daily needs. Many of you who have never faced challenges have no idea what it means to be included. A gesture of kindness means so much, and that is what motivates us. After graduation from high school, I attended college. Some of the students were willing to include me in activities on and off campus. One of those students decided she would teach me to paint. I thought she had lost her mind. She discovered something I never dreamed I could do. I painted an actual painting. I paint with a long-handled paintbrush attached to a ponytail. The canvas is on a pillow on my lap. How and why? Why, I do not know. My only answer is that I paint with my head, and God's hand guides me through each painting. Now I am an accomplished artist. I have painted over 30 paintings, and continue to paint to this day. I use this gift from God to help others. By inspiring them to believe anything is possible. My motivation to paint comes from my faith and the people in my life. Each painting has a special meaning. Still, my life needed more meaning. I decided to become more involved. Attending meetings dealing with issues of people with disabilities was one way I could become an advocate. I started to advocate for individuals with disabilities. As a member of the Louisiana Developmental Disabilities Council, I was the first person with a disability to serve as chairperson. As chairperson, I traveled all over the United States to represent people with disabilities. I still serve on several committees, including serving on the LSU Human Development Advisory Council and Special Education Advisory Panel. My goal as an advocate is inclusion of all individuals with disabilities in our schools and communities. I have made many friends through the years and cherish each and every one of them. So many people have touched my life and helped me overcome obstacles. These friends were patient and took the time to listen. They looked at me as who I am and not what I can or cannot do. Inclusion went to another level when one of my college friends invited me to her wedding. I debated whether I wanted to go or not. That wedding was the beginning of a whole new life for me. A guy came to talk to me and then asked for my phone number. That guy is my husband, Matthew. We have been married 16 years. Matt looks beyond my disabilities and looks at the person I'm on the inside. He includes me. He also is supportive of my advocacy work. We go out in the community, and I hope that our presence helps others understand that anything is possible. Everyone wants to know how I can do the things I do. This led me to become a motivational speaker, like I am doing today. Now I speak at conferences, schools, and to audiences of all ages, talking about my life and my success because of inclusion. Being able to communicate is the key to inclusion. I never had a communication device until I was in college. Technology is constantly changing. This iPad helps me to speak, surf the internet, text and email. Communication is important to everyday life and function. I can also say whatever I want to say much easier than I ever have. My motorized wheelchair brings me where I want to go. This gives me more independence. I have been asked to join a work group to promote communication for students in the classroom who are unable to communicate. I talk to teachers about my life without a communication device and how my life changed after I got a device. My family always made sure we were busy, so I did not have time to feel sorry for myself. We always tried to focus on what I could do rather than what I could not do. Most of the time I did not even realize I had a disability. As a family we went camping, deer and duck hunting, fishing, swimming, and canoeing, all of the things other families do. We went everywhere together just as Matt and I do now. This is why I want everyone to have the opportunities I have. All of you here today can make a difference in the lives of individuals with disabilities and those who are not disabled. Include them in your life and your communities. Whether you have a disability or not, you want to be included. Again, let me say the artwork you have done is beautiful. Congratulations to all the winners. Now you can take all the great ideas you had for inclusion and make it work in your school and community. The possibilities are endless. Thank you, and may God bless you.
At this time, we'd like to recognize our art show winners for this year's competition. So when your name is called, please come up to the stage. And for your respective division, please remain standing so we can take a group picture. For the first grade division, Mr. Cohen Gaudet. Ms. Chamara Charles. Mr. Keenan Menard. For the second grade division, Ms. J.C. Page. Mr. Esteban Gravet. Ms. Abigail Panamento. And Ms. Emma Ellenberg. For our third grade division, placing first, Ms. Eden Owens. Placing second in the third grade division, Ms. Ali Simone. And placing third, Mr. Jada Jordan. For our fourth grade division, Mr. Lance Perlin, placing first. Mr. Chance Joseph, placing second. Ms. Talala Gravet, placing third. Our fifth through eighth grade division, Mr. Carter Bird, placing first. From LaPlace Middle School, Ms. Kiana Bess from Baton Rouge Charter Academy. In third place, Kyrie Bertrand. She placed second. Ms. Chelsea Bernardo, third place from Baton Rouge Charter School. And honorable mention, Ms. Destin Hill from Baton Rouge Charter Academy. Now recognizing our high school division, Ms. Sandy Nguyen from East St. John, Mr. Dawson Tipton, and Tyree Johnson from East St. John High School, placing third. Also in third place, Ms. Abby Hunter from Thomas Jefferson High School, and placing honorable mention in the high school division, Ms. Amelia Newman from Hope Academy. Recognizing the adults in our adult division, Mr. Marcus Kilgore, first place. Earning second and third place recognition, Ms. Simone McCrocken. All right, well, without further ado, it's my pleasure to recognize the best in show, and that's Mr. Carter Bird. And we'd like to do that by introducing a new award to our competition. It's called the Lynette Excellence in Inclusion Award, named after Miss Lynette Fontenot. She has been here my entire 9 years coordinating this event, and it's a pleasure working alongside Miss Lynette Fontenot. And it's most appropriate that the best in overall of this competition is named after her, someone who embodies the notions of inclusion and making Louisiana a more inclusive society. So it's our pleasure to introduce the Lynette Fontenot Excellence in Inclusion Award to Mr. Carter Bird. In closing, we all have the power and responsibility to make our society more inclusive for everyone. Disability is a part of human diversity. We need to celebrate our peers for their differences. In our schools, having students with and without disabilities learn, alongside each other will help everyone appreciate each other's talents and gifts that each other possess. To our parents, we encourage you to join and start conversations relative to disability inclusion and learn more about people's first language and the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and its history. We encourage you to continue to promote disability awareness, help down break barriers, which include ignorance, stigma, and discrimination. And again, congratulations to you. Continue to do the great work that you do through inclusion, through your artwork, and through other means you deem appropriate. And again, as a society, we have the responsibility to promote inclusion of our differences. Give yourselves another round of applause. This concludes this portion of the ceremony. It's been a wonderful day having you here to share this moment with you. And our executive director, Bambi, has done a great job in continue this event. But certainly we'd like to have you around for the next program, the Gold Awards. And if you have to go, we wish you safe travels, and we hope to see you again sometime soon. On behalf of the Governor's Office of Disability Affairs and the Governor's Office of Program and Planning, we'd like to welcome each of you to the Old State Capitol for the 2016 Gold Award ceremony. Earlier today, we had the privilege to recognize 20+ people who participated in our Inclusive Art Show contest. The disability theme this year was Inclusion Matters, a better world for all. If there's anyone that has participated in the art show, please stand. We'd like to recognize you. It's an honor and privilege to work for our Executive Director, Ms. Bambi Polazola. I'd like to introduce her at this time to provide opening remarks.
Good morning and welcome to the Gold Awards 2016. I would like to welcome all of our honorees and their families, and just want to express our gratitude to those who submitted nominations. We had an abundance of nominations this year from outstanding nominees. I would also like to recognize a couple of special guests. We have Senator Dan Claytor here and Senator Ronnie Johns. We appreciate you being there. Would you stand? Thank you. We'd also like to thank Secretary of State Tom Shetler and his staff for hosting us here in this beautiful Old State Capitol. Ms. Suzette Crocker is the Executive Director here, so we appreciate her. I would also like to recognize our staff from the Governor's Office. First, I would like to recognize Deputy Chief of Staff, Johnny Anderson. You would stand, appreciate you. And also would like to recognize Jessica Lewis. She works within the Governor's Office of Disability Affairs for the Statewide Independent Living Council. She may be outside helping to organize. Also, Jolyn Jolivet is the coordinator for the Governor's Office of Disability Affairs. And Jamor Ennis, who just spoke before me. This event would not happen without Jamor, so please give him appreciation. Thank you so much. I would like to also recognize any other staff that's here from the Governor's Office. There's not many of us. We have a small staff, but all those people, we've worked together and they all stepped in and helped to make this event successful. So if you're with the Governor's Office, please stand. We just have them. Many of them are outside helping direct people, so thank you. I would like to recognize all of our appointees for disability-related councils. First off, GACTA, the Governor's Advisory Council of Disability Affairs. If you're a member of that council, if you would stand or raise your hand or get someone to recognize you sitting next to you. Our SILC, our Statewide Independent Living Council. If y'all would just remain standing, all of these different councils, I appreciate it. The Developmental Disability Council, the Louisiana Rehab Council, the Louisiana Commission for the Deaf. If there's any that I left off, we appreciate all of your service to our state and volunteering your time for the betterment of people with disabilities. Thank you. Now I'd like to recognize our governor and the First Lady, Governor John Bel Edwards and his wife Donna Edwards. We are blessed in our great state to have a governor and a First Lady who care so deeply about the people and that the needs of people with disabilities are such a priority to them. While a legislator, Governor Edwards was recognized by advocates as a champion for people with disabilities and their families, and he continues to champion the needs of people with disabilities as our governor. It's such a great opportunity for me as a mother of a son with a disability and a longtime advocate to work in an administration of Governor John Bel Edwards, because I know the work I do, the work of my colleagues, and the work of all of you who volunteer your time and efforts to serve our state is valued and our advocacy is heard by our governor. During this first year of Governor Edwards' administration, there have been many firsts. Governor Edwards was the first governor to attend many of the various disability rallies that we hold every year, and he hosted disability-related informational events within his office. Today is no exception. Governor Edwards is the first governor in recent memory to attend our Gold Awards, so we're so honored to have him here today. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our governor, John Bel Edwards, to say a few words.
Thank you, and what a beautiful day to be in Baton Rouge, Louisiana with you in this historic old state capitol. And Donna and I are so pleased to be with each and every one of you. You know, this is the Gold Awards. It's for governors' outstanding leadership. And that's what you all do in this room. And so I just want to thank you on behalf of all the people of Louisiana for making Louisiana a better place. You know, the mark of a civilized society, the measure, I should say, is determined by how it treats the old, the young, and those who otherwise are unable to take care of themselves. And you all set the standard in that. And so I just want to thank you. I want to thank Bambi and her staff. What an outstanding champion for citizens with disabilities we have in Bambi. And so Bambi, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And of course, I'm joined by my wife, our First Lady, who I think is also doing an excellent job. And Donna attends many of these events when I cannot. And so I want to thank her for her service to the state. But we are all here today to honor 12 outstanding individuals, organizations, and one very outstanding animal. Oh, I guess that's Frankie right over there laying down. Looks like he's got the best spot in the house today. And I want to thank also Senator Ronnie Johns and Senator Dan Claytor. They are here today, but they are here every day. They show up every day to advocate for, to fight for citizens with disabilities. So thank you very much, Ronnie and Dan. I'm not sure where Dan is, but there you are. Thank you very much. Today's awards recipients have used their talents to ensure that Louisiana truly is a better place for all of our citizens. And as your governor, that's my goal as well. And we're going to work to expand educational and employment opportunities, improve access to transportation and accessibility, advocate for better programs and resources, and here in the aftermath of the historic floods that we've had in March and especially in August, make sure that we don't forget the disabled when it comes to housing as we work through this recovery as well. And truly, I am inspired by individuals with disabilities and by disability rights groups who advocate during the legislative session, but also year-round. And the awards reflect a range of ways to make a difference. And I will sum up by simply saying that I am often introduced as the governor of the great state of Louisiana. And I'm extremely proud to be our governor. And we've had some challenges, and we're doing better, and we're going to do better still. I'm extremely optimistic about our future as a state. But when they introduced me as the governor of the great state of Louisiana, what makes our state great? It's people. It's you. It's all of you in this room. It's all of the people across our great state. And it's certainly the citizens with disabilities as well. And so from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank you for what you mean for one another, for what you mean for our state. And we are going to work tirelessly to partner with you and champion your cause. And as we fight through the budget constraints that we have, rest assured that we will do everything we can to protect vital funding so that we do adequately take care of those individuals who live in our state who need it the most vulnerable. God bless you. God bless the United States of America and the great state of Louisiana.
Our first award for this year's ceremony is the Educator of the Year. The Educator of the Year award recognizes a person who demonstrates outstanding leadership within the field of education for persons with disabilities. This award is given to a person who advances the importance of education, and awareness through strong advocacy and motivates, inspires, and includes others, including their students, colleagues, and those in the community. The presenter of this award is Superintendent Dale Henderson.
It is my pleasure to be here this morning representing the Iberia Parish School Board and the 1,800 employees of our school system, and most importantly, the 14,000 students who are enrolled in our public schools in Iberia Parish. Specifically today, though, I am privileged to have the opportunity to introduce and present to you a very special teacher, Mrs. Melissa Shostak-Huval. We are all particularly honored to have a teacher of Melissa's caliber in our midst. She is a teacher who has taught in our school system for many, many years now, and she is one who works with a very special group of students each day. Many are called to do the kind of work that Melissa does, but there are few who are chosen. To be considered for the Educator of the Year award, as you would suspect, is no small matter, especially when you consider the nature of Mrs. Huval's work. She works with students with disabilities. And even for those of you who have never taught school, we can all agree that teaching nowadays is no easy task. I read with great interest some of the comments that had been made on Melissa's behalf for this award, and I was particularly impressed by one of them. They were all good, but this one stuck out. Melissa is a skilled teacher and a diagnostician, and she is well-rounded and a generous human being. She has a dedication to her profession and a love and respect for human dignity. Now, if we were going to try to sum up the truest definition, the essence of a teacher, I think that would be it. Melissa's own struggles have made her the person that she is today. She had to maybe try a little bit harder and work a little bit longer for what she wanted to achieve. These experiences have made her who she is, not only on a personal level, but on a professional level as well. Melissa is a member of many organizations, the Louisiana Council for Exceptional Children. She's been part of Habitat for Humanity, a board member for the Iberia Cultural Resources Association, Bayou Teche Museum, and Delta Kappa Gamma International Society. She also serves on numerous curriculum development and assessment committees within our school system. Since she began teaching for the Iberia Parish Public School System, I have followed Melissa's career with great interest. And for me to be here today among such distinguished company is a great honor. In conclusion, I would like to share with you a very brief poem that was written by Shel Silverstein. And I think that it captures the work that Melissa does and so many of you in here today. It goes like this. Somebody has to go polish the stars. They're looking a little bit dull. Somebody has to go polish the stars. For the eagles and the starlings and the gulls, they've all been complaining. They're a little bit tarnished and worn. They say that they want new ones that we can't afford. So please get your rags and your polishing jars, because somebody has to go polish the stars. So it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the recipient of the Educator of the Year Award for 2016, the Governor's Outstanding Leadership in Disabilities Award from Iberia Parish, North Lewis Elementary School, Miss Melissa Shostak-Huval.
Good afternoon. I didn't know I was actually going to speak today. Thank you, Mr. Henderson, for all the great words you said. I am actually an advocate. I've actually have experience in almost every domain in the special education system. Being a special education student of myself, having advocates of parents and family members and friends that opened doorways that was always close to me to get where I'm at today. And also being a general education and special education at a school of a wonderful faculty and principal that's also coming from a special education background. Makes a wonderful working teamwork staff. So I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all so very much. And no matter what store you were born on, you can always clean the next door for someone else. Thank you.
Now we'll recognize the Volunteer of the Year. The Volunteer of the Year Award recognizes a person who exhibits selflessness and a willingness to devote their time, talents, and efforts on behalf of persons with disabilities. The recipient of this award has made outstanding contributions that increase public awareness and understanding of persons with disabilities, and who has participated in activities that benefit people with disabilities. Now we'll have Janet Parker present the Volunteer of the Year Award.
In 1972, a beautiful baby boy, Christopher, was born. The birth of a child invariably changes and alters the life of his new parent, but this particular boy was destined to lead his mother on an amazing journey that no one could have foretold. In a short time, it was clear to Debbie that her little son had developmental delays, and Debbie sought the help of the Ark of Caddo Bozier's Goldman School and Child Development Center in Shreveport, Louisiana. Not only Christopher, but he and the other children there touched her heart in an extraordinary, indelible way. The impact was life-altering. Debbie changed her career path, redirected her life to helping infants and little children impacted by significant disabilities. Debbie, now as a single parent, wrestled courageously with the demands of a full-time job, caring for her child who had very unique needs, while she also went back to school, all at the same time, to attain her degree and certification as a physical therapist. Debbie worked for many years at the Ark Caddo Bozier's Goldman School, helping untold countless infants and toddlers impacted by severe disabilities, and encouraging and helping untold hundreds of frightened parents. Her interventions and her care were legendary in our region in North Louisiana. Later, Shriners Hospital very wisely stole the Ark's Debbie Banks and honored her with a wonderful position there in charge of all therapies. Debbie again, for many years, helped countless children who came from all over the country and other nations. As well, Debbie just this summer took down her shingle there and retired. She was predictably greatly honored and appreciated by that wonderful organization in Shreveport, Shriners Hospital. Meanwhile, this lady not only gave of herself through her splendid professional career, she gave back with exceptional volunteer work. Debbie has volunteered her time, talent, and treasure to the Ark and the families it serves for decades, and in every way we have ever asked. Roll up your sleeves committee work, particularly grueling on the finance committee, right, Debbie? Debbie worked committees and fundraisers and everything we ever asked of her, cheerfully, with wisdom and genuine care about what we were doing, with love and with deep, sincere dedication. She became president of the Ark and was a most excellent one. She worked on our state Arks of Louisiana's board of directors and has continued to serve people with disabilities through her work with the Ark Caddo Bozier Foundation, which is dedicated to the services and supports that we offer. Debbie Banks' caring, humble heart, rare intellect, and unmatched commitment to helping infants, children, adults, and families impacted by disabilities makes her a treasure for Louisiana. Debbie Banks is a woman whom the scriptures describe as one whose price is far above rubies. Thank you, Debbie Banks.
Just a few words. Just like Melissa said, I also didn't prepare to speak, but I do want to thank you all thank the committee for the selection, and above all, thank the ARC, Caddo Bozier, for the nomination and for giving me the chance to be a volunteer and serve the wonderful people that that agency serves. Thank you so much.
We would like to introduce Ms. April Lee to present the Direct Support Professional of the Year Award. The Direct Support Professional of the Year Award recognizes a person who has demonstrated a strong passion to enhance the lives of the individuals they serve. This award is also given to a person who enables their clients to participate in the quality of life within the community while maintaining a relationship filled with compassion and understanding. Ms. April Lee.
Hi, I wasn't really prepared to make this presentation, but it's definitely an honor. I have worked with Ms. Bobby Gilliard, the DSP of the Year, since 1998, so almost 20 years. And I can honestly say that she is one of the most dedicated and heartfelt people I've ever worked with. She treats the people that she cares for like they're her own family member. She is always taking great care of them. You walk in her room and she's often singing and dancing with them, and they just really light up when she enters the room. She has definitely been just a very professional and respectful person, and our recipients of her services are very lucky to have her.
I would just like to say thank God, and I thank April Lee for seeing something in me to nominate me. And I thank you for this award, but what I do, to me, it's not a job. It's something that I love to do, and it's from my heart, because I love my individual. I treat them as my peoples as if they were mine, and I just want to say thank you.
Next award is the Family of the Year Award, and it will be presented by Ms. Maricia Leday Walters. The Family of the Year Award is given in recognition of a family who has a family member with a disability, or who by involvement in the community and mutual support of one another are an example of courage, strength, and unity for other families in Louisiana.
It is with great honor I want to say thank you. I speak on behalf of Families Helping Families of Acadiana, as well as other Families Helping Families. I also speak for Families Helping Families Crossroads, because we are his family. It is with great honor and pleasure to introduce James, Jim, and Gladys Ann Sprinkle for the Governor's Gold Family Award in recognition of his outstanding leadership, love of family, and tireless efforts in addressing and promoting the true motto of families helping families throughout the state of Louisiana and our communities. With open arms, you welcomed me, along with many others. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, you continue to look out for your brothers. My relationship with Mr. Jim and Ms. Ann has been beyond instrumental in the growth of Families Helping Families of Acadiana and other Families Helping Family centers, and me as an individual. The value of having one person that is willing to go above and beyond can truly make a difference. He's demonstrated to me time and time again that he is an exceptional businessman, communicator, and supporter. He is the perfect mentor. He's the cohesiveness among agencies, providing support in multiple ways to families of individuals with disabilities. After the loss of his son, Andrew Drew Sprinkle, in November of 2015, he's continued to fulfill Drew's legacy and mission of serving individuals with disabilities, giving of one's self. Daily, he continues to use every skill and provide resources to families in their time of need. Because of these efforts, I nominate the Sprinkle family as the Family of the Year. The level of respect and gratitude is beyond repayment. Continuously, he is giving of himself, never seeking to be glorified. You are my go-to, my mentor, supporter, and friend forever. Both of you will be my added family. For us, an inspiration and motivation to the end for all. Thank you for serving the disability community. Thank you for all you've done and continue to do. We are forever grateful. Today I introduce Mr. James and Gladys Sprinkle.
You know, at Families Helping Families, there is a saying that's who we are is what we do. And some 24 years ago, God sent Andrew to us. And when he did that, it opened up a stream of love that taught us and so many more people other things. We went into Families Helping Families just to see how a family spreads. And all of our staff, Maricia is such a dear. We all grew, and spiritually as people. And Families Helping Families went from there, and we grew, and the family expanded. I mean, we had all the way up to your government people, Senator Long, Sandy Winchell. These are mentors of us. Mark Thomas. I mean, I could keep going. Sean. These are people who mentored, worked with us, and helped us build this family to where it's not just our family. So what we are accepting today is really an award for all of the people with disabilities that have worked together as a whole statewide family, to where thousands upon thousands of people have benefited, and hopefully, God willing, will continue to benefit. So on behalf of all the families, I really say thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Iman to recognize the Veteran Services of the Year Award. The Veteran Services of the Year Award is presented to a veteran service organization that has an exemplary record of service in the disability community. The recipient of this award has contributed towards the increased awareness of veterans with disabilities in the community and positively influences veterans with disabilities through provided services. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Iman.
It is indeed a privilege and an honor to be here today to present this award. I am currently here on behalf of the Louisiana Counseling Association, which represents over 2,500 counselors across the state of Louisiana. So it is indeed a pleasure. The Molly Frank Foundation, formerly known as Operation Hero 6, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing service animals to veterans with PTSD, brain injuries, and mobility issues. This award is based on hard work for the past 4 years, which brings me to the board of directors who made this happen. They have been involved for many years, and they are so passionate about this cause. Let me take a moment to recognize each and every one of them, and it is with sincere appreciation and sincere thanks that they do this kind of work. It is vital and is very needed. Will you please stand and come up and accept this award? Thank you, Captain William Rose, Dr. Brenda Roberts, who's president, Randy Leard, Veterans Liaison, and Mrs. Mary Coco Nuss. Thank you for all of your hard work. And of course, I cannot forget Cole, our service dog.
Just want to thank Louisiana Counselors Association for sure for being on our side with this. You know, between physical disabilities and mental, you know, the guys usually come out with a mental disability, PTSD, you know, and it's really awesome to be able to have a dog there by your side. You know, they say 22 veterans a day, and whenever I hear that, I just wonder if they had a dog that gave them unconditional love, and that was there with them when they were alone. You know, I wonder if that could have helped them. And also, you know, it just helps the guys be able to get out and go into public places when they might not have done that if they didn't have a dog with them. So it's really awesome to be able to have the Counselors Association on our side. because it's a really big mental health issue with these veterans that are coming back. Thank you.
Our next award is for the Service Animal of the Year Award. The nominator, which was Katie Corkin, was not able to be here today, so we're going to have Jolyn Jolivet do the presentation. The Service Animal of the Year Award recognizes the unique bonds between the animals and persons with disabilities. The award was also created to bring forth awareness of how important those bonds are for individuals with disabilities to maintain a high quality of life.
2 years ago, 7-year-old Evan Grosnickel ran away from his family while vacationing at Walt Disney World. His parents, Dion and Katrina, desperately searched for their 7-year-old son for 26 agonizing minutes. Thankfully, Evan was found safe that day in Magic Kingdom, but the fear of their son fleeing from their arms would remain a devastating symptom of the complex neurodevelopment disorder called autism. It was shortly after this day the Grosnickels decided it was time to get a service dog for their son. Before Frankie entered the Grosnickel home, the symptoms of autism had a strong hold over little Evan. He barely spoke, he had meltdowns in public, he couldn't sit for long periods or sleep through the night, and he was a runner fleeing from his parents if they weren't holding on to him at all times. However, all of those symptoms changed upon the arrival of a white golden poodle named Frankie, and the changes in Evan were immediately evident. Having Frankie by Evan's side has allowed him a freedom that he didn't have before. Evan is tethered to a harness on Frankie, allowing him to walk independently, holding onto a service dog rather than his parents, and keeping him from fleeing. Frankie gives Evan a calming effect where he can now sit for long periods of time, sleep through the night in his own bed, and can go on public outings with minimal outbursts. Evan's parents are blessed with holding conversations with him and can listen to him read something they thought they'd never hear. In addition, Evan's school, Hammond Westside Montessori, has earned a new furry student that follows Evan to thrive in his inclusive classroom. While Evan has his good days and bad days, having Frankie nearby makes the amount of bad days seemingly significant less. Frankie's job is crystal clear to him, and he never falters in providing the gift of freedom, security, and safety to Evan and his family every single day. Evan is now living more independently and enjoying being an active 7-year-old, all thanks to his incredible service dog, Frankie. I would like to introduce you all to this year's Service Animal of the Year Gold Award recipient, Frankie Grosnickel.
What an incredible honor. You know, one of the things that I have quite a few employees, and one of the things that I speak to them about is there's 3 components for something, to turn someone into somebody very special. And these 3 components I actually feel in this room, much the same as I feel in a lot of my employees. And those 3 components are passion, purpose, and pride. Now, I know that I'm about to say these 3 words, and hopefully it resonates in each one of you guys, that you can see it within yourself and the people around you. One is to have passion for what you do. And I can completely see and feel that right now in this very room. The passion for what we do and what we're faced with every single day from the person on each side of you is just incredible. The other thing is having a purpose. We all have purpose. Before Evan came into my life, I didn't really know what my purpose was. I was a good husband. I wasn't a dad yet. Then we found out that he had autism, and I knew immediately what my purpose was. My purpose was to share that world of autism with others, to let others understand what autism is and what it means and how we can help people with autism down the road. And I hope each one of you guys walk out of this room and understand your full purpose of what it is that you want to do. And it's an incredible experience once you finally feel that purpose in your life, and I'm sure each one of you guys have that. The last is pride. Take pride in what you do. It's so important to walk the day knowing that you have pride, not just for yourself, but for the people around you. Now, what Frankie has done for us has actually allowed us to do that. We have pride in our family. We can do things now that we weren't able to do. We can go out to eat. Boy, was that an incredible experience to have to try to go out to eat and have people tell us to get out of the restaurant. Oh my gosh, I had tears every day that happened. But now we can go out to eat like a family, and we can go places that we've never been before, even in this very room. You've heard him cry a little bit, but this would have never happened a year ago. A year ago, it would have been a struggle like no other. And I'm so proud that we can do these things now as a family, all because of Frankie. So if you know people that have a disability, that have autism, that have anything that you think a service animal can help them with, please reach out to those providers. It's an incredible thing, and it's an incredible thing of what a dog can actually do, or any service animal can do for an individual. Thanks so much, and we really appreciate this award, and we really appreciate Katie, which we didn't know who she was, nominating Frankie for this award. Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to introduce Mr. Randy Broussard to bring up the Employer of the Year Award. The Employer of the Year Award recognizes outstanding achievement in providing competitive employment opportunities for persons with disabilities in Louisiana. At this time, we'd like to introduce Mr. Randy Broussard.
It's my pleasure and honor today to present this distinguished award, Employer of the Year, to Mr. and Mrs. Don Dorsey of the Louisiana Praline Factory. The Louisiana Praline Factory has a very interesting history. Just a few short years ago, they begun as just a two-person operation and has flourished in becoming one of the most recognizable and successful businesses in South Louisiana, and just beyond that, and they're still conquering new areas. And if you don't believe me, you can try some of their pralines that they have on display, and they surely made a believer out of me. Our relationship with Louisiana Rehab Services, or LRS, has had a very successful long-term relationship with Mr. and Mrs. Dorsey, as just several years ago, actually we date back, as Mr. and Mrs. Dorsey was involved and owned the oil and gas industry. Quite a few more years than my limited memory can recollect, but it has been very, very successful back then. And of course, the Dorseys never forgot their old trusted friend, as if I may paraphrase Mrs. Dorsey's comments, and that being LRS. Well, since Louisiana Praline Factory has been in existence in just a few short months, they have employed over 5 LRS clients, actually 3 in one day. As Mr. Dorsey has reported to me, they receive many applications daily, and nearly 100% of our LRS applicants have been interviewed. The Dorseys immediately contact us, LRS, when a position becomes available, and he feels that contacting LRS is the most effective source of recruiting the best candidates, far exceeding the traditional means of advertising. Louisiana Praline Factory staff treats their employees like family, and not only are they sympathetic to people with disabilities, but also persons who have criminal backgrounds, which is rare in the workplace today. As a matter of fact, on many occasions, our clients have told me that the Louisiana Praline Factory was not only their last chance or last opportunity to become employed, but their only chance after unsuccessfully seeking work for several years. Mr. and Mrs. Dorsey's staff provides and ensures our clients that they are working in a safe environment by providing safety training and equipment, along with proper accommodations necessary to employees with special needs, most of the time at their own expense. Louisiana Praline Factory also rewards hard work by giving raises to our clients and their employees on a continual basis. For these reasons and many others that Mr. and Mrs. Dorsey, Louisiana Praline Factory, are deserving of this award. I'd like to present to Mr. and Mrs. Dorsey the 2016 Employer of the Year Award.
I wasn't prepared to speak, but like my husband always says, I always can. So I'll just have to say I can speak from my heart that we humbly receive this award. And I say we because I feel, after listening to all the history and the stories that were told here today, which truly, truly touched my heart, we are, like someone said, there's components, and there's components here because of working with the disabled. We are a small component. We are the middle, which is the opportunity. So it's very easy for us to offer opportunity. The award really goes to our employees. That really touched my heart. But I know that they have to begin with a vision, then they have to have the opportunity, plus they have to have the tenacity to push forward. And to me, that's the hard work, and they receive this from us. And I want to thank you very much for everything.
The next award is the Youth of the Year Award, and it is going to be presented by Mr. Warren Chauvin. The Youth of the Year Award is given in recognition to a young person with a disability who has set an example of achievement, which has provided encouragement and inspiration to other young people alike.
I'm presenting the Youth of the Year Award to a very special young man. I have known him for a number of years. Lucas Duron. His grandmother was a neighbor of ours, and every time he would come and visit his grandmother, he was always waving to us and smiling, and he seemed like a very happy young man or a young child. As Lucas started transitioning into his adult life, he became a member of the Lafourche Parish Committee on Disability Issues, and he is presently a member of the People's First of Lafourche Parish, and a faithful member of the Presbyterian Church of Thibodaux. They all know him, and he serves the church by praying for others. He also ensures that blessings are said before each meal. He also enjoys community events such as Hip Hop Abs and Zumba at the local library, and events through Trek Up at Peltier Park. He loves to dance. He went to his first lounge, Gardens of Chack Bay, in Chack Bay, this past weekend to listen to a band, drink Dr. Pepper, and make new friends. When it came down to transitioning from high school, Lucas's family felt that he was ready to graduate at the age of 18. There was no way Lucas was going to accept doing janitorial work, being a door greeter, or even consider attending a shelter workshop. With his mother's employment history and working with individuals with disabilities and the help of his godfather, Put Bernard, who is a special education instructor, they helped him to figure out his chosen career. The things Lucas enjoyed most was riding around in an automobile and meeting other people. With that said, Lucas Delivery was formed. Lucas takes orders and delivers special items such as local produce, farm fresh eggs, homemade jellies, jams, pies, as well as many other local produced products. He does business with local farmers such as Pinecott Farms and local businesses such as Bourgeois Smokehouse, M&M Sweets and Treats, Beans and Bonitas, Peterson's Donuts, Economical Wholesale, Bourgeois Honey, J. Bernard's Kitchen, and his customers are the working people that are very pleased with Lucas Deliveries because it frees them up of time and energy from having to do shopping and everything in their busy days. He is planning on expanding his business to include vending machines sometime in the near future. Lucas is the first individual to use the home and community-based waiver to assist him with his goal of becoming employed. He is grateful for the support he receives from Angèle Bourne, Patrick Arsamont, and Monica Chasson, who are his workers. He was featured in the Jefferson Parish Family Helping Families newsletter once, and with his grandmother yesterday, he assisted in a presentation with APSI Symposium. When I think of Lucas, I think of the old TV show, cheers because everyone knows him by name. Whenever he is in the community with his mother, people are always telling him hello, and she asks, "How do y'all know Lucas?" So basically, Lucas wants to be happy, and I would like to introduce y'all to Lucas.
Good morning. My name is Clint Bernard, and I am Lucas's uncle, and I'm going to say a few words of appreciation and some thank yous on his behalf. First and foremost, he would like to thank Mr. Warren Chauvin for the kind words and the wonderful nomination. Secondly, he'd like to thank Mr. David Galelos, Ms. Barbara Fickero, and Mr. Wes Cagle for writing letters of support. He'd also like to thank his family and friends and the wonderful support system that we have in place to enable Lucas to do what he does. And most of all, we'd like to thank his mother, Jeannie, who no obstacle, no matter how big it is, does not stand in the way of what her baby boy wants. And since me and Lucas have a microphone, I just want to point out a little side note. Jeannie and Lucas were originally nominated for Support Family of the Year. But upon the committee looking it over, they kind of realized that Lucas is the one that runs the show, and Jeannie's just kind of dead weight. So they changed it to the Youth of the Year, and you know, as a little brother, you never get too old to mess with your big sister. So thank y'all very much.
At this time, we'd like to introduce Ms. Marcia Ladae Walters to present the Patsy Beard Memorial Award. Patsy Beard was a human rights activist with a disability. She initiated the Governor's Award event in 1982 to recognize those people who work for equality, justice, and dignity. Ms. Beard was also involved in policy development at the national level and worked with leaders who helped formulate the Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA. Patsy Beard Memorial Award recognizes a woman with a disability who epitomizes what Ms. Patsy Beard stood for through her leadership and achievements as a disability advocate. Again, we'd like to present Ms. Marcia Ladae Walters.
I nominated Ms. Jamie Duplashan. Her story, Take a Walk in My Shoes. I met Jamie last year, and she shared with me that she was injured in a car accident when she was 15 years of age, which left her paralyzed from the neck down. As a parent of a child with a disability, it differs from being the person with the disability, which allowed me to see life in a different perspective. As I sat and wondered about her life, how it could have been, how it would have been, normal. What is normal? Walking with no assistance, no caregivers, enjoying life as a 26-year-old typical adult, that is normal. Well, Jamie shared her used to be normal life with me, and it also showed me how quickly her normal life changed without notice. Her inspiration to me is life happens, which I know all too well. But what do you do when life happens? Do you stop breathing, living, or do you just live? Jamie says, live with what has been given to you and do the best with what you can and do what you can with it. Her inspiration to me is life is what you make it. It's up to you what direction it goes, what roads you take, and also the route, even if a boulder or some boulders were put in front of you to block you. So what drives Jamie? Living her life for others and telling it on the mountains. Now that she realizes that she has a voice for herself and others, she's advocated on Capitol Hill for individuals with disabilities, as well as here in the state of Louisiana. She is a driving force to make a difference, letting others know that if you have a dream, you should go for it and not let obstacles get in your way. Keep reaching for the stores and never giving up, and even if you think it's impossible, you can accomplish it. Thank you, Jamie, for not giving up. Thank you for making a difference one day at a time and paving the way. Perseverance. Today I introduce to you Ms. Jamie Duplashain.
I just want to say that I'm greatly honored to receive this. I did a speech Monday night that said, I told everybody that they were runners, and I figured that some of them were like, But if you have any ounce of life in you, you are a runner running along the track called life with the potential to be a track star. And that's what's kept me going. And I'm going to continue to do what I do as a voice for myself, for others who don't have a voice, for those who may not know they have a voice, and for those coming up behind us. And I'm also grateful for the opportunity to set an example for other children with disabilities so that they know they have a voice. Thank you all so much.
The next award is the Service Provider of the Year Award, and it will be presented by Jay Eash. The Service Provider of the Year Award is given to an individual who has gone above and beyond the call of duty in providing services to people with disabilities. The Service Provider of the Year exhibits selflessness and a willingness to devote uncompensated time, talents, and efforts on behalf of people with disabilities.
Hello everyone. Today I have the pleasure to introduce to you my boss and colleague and teammate and friend, Paula Rodriguez. I want to share with you a story about after I moved here from Boston, Massachusetts. I experienced neglect here in Louisiana and saw the need for advocacy for deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing people here in Louisiana. I didn't know anybody that was here or where to start. Over a year ago, I started working on setting up the Deaf Grassroots Movement in Louisiana, which is a branch of a national movement, in an effort to revive the advocacy for deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing community here in Louisiana. I was searching to recruit activities and came across her name, and admit that at first I was a little skeptical because she was here. But then as soon as I got to know her and she shared her knowledge and demonstrated her expertise and showed her passion in helping us succeed where we have been fighting for, she earned my respect. I was amazed that day and still in awe of her drive, her energy, her positiveness, and her ambition, and her persistence in achieving the goals that we're working for. Her knowledge of the issues that face the community on a daily basis as well. And I'm proud to have her on our team. We've all earned, she has earned this recognition for her outstanding efforts in maintaining the highest of standards in leadership. Compassion, understanding, advocacy. She works selflessly, day and night, day in and day out, every day for all of us. And it was her hard work that brought all of us here today. And we're very proud for this well-deserved recognition. You are the definition of a champion, and we're all proud of you, Paula Rodriguez.
Hi, I'm Bryn Miette, and Jay wanted me to come up and speak really quick. I nominated our boss, our director at Deaf Focus, along with Jay, and I have a little bit different of a perspective. Obviously, I am not deaf, I'm hearing. So Jay brings a unique perspective to this nomination. My perspective is I worked with Paula starting in 2010. I'm a former vocational rehab specialist. I worked for the deaf and hard of hearing caseload, and just interesting enough, while there, she would call me and she'd say, I have this client and I need to come and meet with you today. and start a case on that client. And I would think to myself, this lady is crazy. She doesn't understand the system at all. And then I later found out she's hard of hearing, so I don't know if that was, you know, her selective hearing kicking in or what. But anyway, fast forward 6 years later, I'm working for her, and we see her work tirelessly, as Jay said, day in, day out. She works for Deaf Focus as our director. She has a night job at Sorensen Communication. She is on the Governor's Council for Disability Affairs. She works as a volunteer interpreter when needed. She goes above and beyond serving those individuals within the deaf, blind, and hard of hearing community. And we watch her as our leader, and we hope to one day continue her efforts, because I don't think she'll ever stop until the good Lord brings her home. And we have a great team. I'm there at Deaf Focus to help continue her efforts in the long run. So it's my privilege and honor to introduce Paula Rodriguez, 2016 Gold Service Provider of the Year. Thank you.
It's an honor to be here among so many great people and hear all the stories. It's just so inspiring me to keep going. Someone said, I might have said it, I don't know, but the people you surround yourself with is who you are. And I'm surrounded by a great team of people that have the vision, the compassion, and the heart to keep things going and to keep awareness at the forefront. I appreciate this award and thank Bambi and the Governor's Office, Jamar, for all the work that they do. And to me, I see this recognition as attention, you know, and awareness of the huge needs that are out there, especially for the deaf, blind, and hard of hearing, or that's our focus. The vision of Deaf Focus is universal access to community education, resources, events, and beyond. And we're working on that. I want to teach everyone a sign. This is equal. Everybody with me? Equal access. Equal access. All right? We are working on that. That's our goal for this whole room, right? My favorite definition of advocacy is to change what is to what should be. And we're working on that. So thank you all for your support. Thank my team for the nice words. They were very kind. Appreciate it.
At this time, we'd like to introduce Ms. Gail Dean to present the Ken Vince Memorial Award. Ken Vince was a rehabilitation counselor who touched the lives of hundreds of people in Louisiana through his advocacy for persons with disabilities. His commitment generated a greater public awareness of the needs of persons with disabilities and fostered a greater participation in society for the disability community. This award is given to a man with a disability who follows in Mr. Vince's footsteps as an advocate for persons with disabilities. We'd like to present Ms. Gail Dean.
As the chair of the Statewide Independent Living Council, it's a great honor to introduce the 2016 recipient of the 2016 Ken Vince Memorial Award. I've known the recipient since 2008 and have long considered him my colleague and my friend. The recipient grew up in the home of his grandparents, who instilled in him so many of the same values I still see in him today. His grandfather taught him that his condition was not his conclusion. His grandfather also said, "Son, your disability does not define you, your determination does." This recipient's childhood dream was to become a peace officer. So after being hired by the DeSoto Parish Sheriff's Department, he became enrolled in the police academy. But just days before graduation, he was denied certification. There was opposition, there was discrimination toward achieving his dream, but with some advocacy, the support of his fellow recruits, and his own self-determination, he did achieve that dream and is still the only person in the state of Louisiana to successfully graduate from Police Academy and work in law enforcement with only one arm. The recipient is currently employed by Amerigroup Louisiana. He has served 6 years on the board of directors of New Horizons Independent Living Center and will soon return to serve 6 more. He currently serves on the board of directors of Christian Service in Shreveport, serving those in need. And earlier this year, I'm so proud to say that he was appointed to the statewide Independent Living Council and elected as vice chair. This recipient is definitely one who has inspired positive changes with a passion, not only within the disability community, but within all communities. His book is entitled Bitter or Better, Doing More with Less. He believes that life's experiences will make you one of two ways, bitter or better. And he chose better. And now it's my honor to introduce you to the recipient of the 2016 Ken Vence Memorial Award, Rashad Bristow.
All I can say is wow. First, I'd like to say thank you, Gail, for your nomination and seeing in me. I want to say thank you to my family, my friends. You saw more in me than I could see in myself. You were definitely the wind beneath my wings in the times I did not feel like soaring. You brought it to my attention that sometimes we're so busy looking here when we need to shift our attention 6 inches to the left, to the heart. Because truly, this is about touching lives. Very passionate about it. I thank you so much for this honor. I thank you for this opportunity. And I just thank you that I get a chance to be a part of so many great people. Thank you.
Our last award is the Distinguished Merit Award, and the presenters will be Beth Foss and Barbara Fakora. This award is given in public recognition of extraordinary service by an individual, organization, or firm working in the disability field that has consistently presented opportunities in Louisiana for persons with disabilities to utilize their capabilities in achieving full participation in society.
I'm really excited to be here again today. It's pretty much one of my favorite days of the year, so thank you, Jamar. This award has criteria which charge us to look for the extraordinary in leadership and service dimensions. If you were to read the entire nomination, its chosen vocabulary would speak volumes for the components embodied in this concept of distinguished merit. The words themselves give positive image to the very deserving recipient of this recognition. A select few words in this vocabulary are bridge, step, advocate, inclusion, belief, leadership, and team. Deborah Amon daily lives out these words in her service to individuals with disabilities. In fact, 2 of these descriptives have found their way into titles of training and employment programs offered at various times to consumers of Louisiana rehabilitation services. Deborah was instrumental in the development of STEP's BIMS project for the St. Mary parishes and Bridging the Gap program for Lafourche and Assumption Parish. Deborah realizes that the advancement of opportunities for persons with disabilities will always require an ability to build networks. To that end, she's worked tirelessly to bring and keep together agencies and individuals on parish levels to address such vital issues as transportation, accessibility, education, and recreation. Her efforts have resulted in active transition teams in the school parishes which she has served, as well as mayor's committees in St. Mary, Lafourche, and as well as Lafayette, which was already in existence. Deborah understands and values the effectiveness of teamwork. Deborah's strong voice of advocacy has shaped direction for her own agency, Louisiana Rehabilitation Services, over the years, which it has been heard, and yield by other agencies serving individuals with disabilities in the education system and in those who work with persons facing mental health issues, including the Department of Corrections. Deborah has been gifted with the ability to lead, so throughout the years, her agency has tapped into ability through many local and state committee assignments, as well as employment promotions. She's currently the regional manager for the Lafayette region, which serves 8 parishes. She brings to this position the criteria of knowledge, fairness, clear judgment, and true belief in the mission of her agency. This belief has time and found, again, transition into action through such means as encouragement of her own consumers to reach their dreams, her own ongoing education to ensure inclusion of persons with various disabilities among her colleagues and staff, and her numerous nominations of persons with disabilities for local, state, and national awards. It is indeed time now for this nominator to come forward as the recipient. She has distinguished herself through hard work and dedication. She now merits this day of rejoicing shared with her colleagues, family, and many friends. I welcome you, Deborah Amon.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored. As my friends will tell you, I love coming to the Gold Awards every year. And like Beth said, it's my favorite day of the year. And it's my favorite day because every year I'm inspired. And I am inspired again today. So congratulations to all the winners and for all the work that you do. I want to thank Beth and Barbara for nominating me. They are loving and giving friends, and I'm so happy to have them in my life. I'd like to thank my friends and family that are here today to support me, and especially my husband of almost 40 years, David, who's been with me to face challenges and also celebrate the good times. I feel so honored to receive this award and so lucky to have had such a wonderful career with Louisiana Rehab Services. Louisiana Rehab Services is an amazing agency. We do amazing things. When people come to work for our agency, I tell them, you won't get rich, but you'll get something even better than riches. You'll get the chance to help people change their lives every day. And that's more valuable and fulfilling than anything. So I'd like to end with a quote that I often use at the end of a presentation. And I like it because I live it and I believe it, and I know that you do as well. And it's by Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. So thank you so much.
Please join me in congratulating all of the 2016 Gold Award recipients. This concludes our ceremony. It's been an honor hosting this event with all of you, sharing this moment with your loved ones. We're happy to share these precious moments with you. We thank you, we celebrate you, and we hope you have safe travels and a happy holiday season.
I'm very proud that the governor was able to come today and show his support for disability issues. That's why we're all here. And the state of Louisiana is in really good shape, and we're moving forward to a really good place.
I'm very excited. I was nominated and honored to be recipient of the Ken Vence Award. And this award is about touching lives with disability Achievement Award. I'm very honored by it. I'm very humbly touched by it. Never realized that the work that I was doing was being monitored or observed by other people. I just was going through life just doing what I was told to do, and that's touch lives. And in the process, I've been honored with this award. Very excited, very humbled by it, and it still feels surreal.
Andrew's what got us where we are today. This is Andrew's award. Because of him, our lives changed drastically for the better. But I've had a wonderful family and friends, a support group that when I was down kept me up. And I thank them for it, but he has changed our lives.
24 years he worked with us and expanded out to thousands of other people because of him. And we continue his work to this day, and hopefully will continue.
It continues, even today. A year after he's gone, it still continues.
It was an honor for me to be nominated and to inspire others to work with people with disability and know that it's not a job, it has to be from the heart, and you have to love what you do.
I was awarded the Patsy Barrett Award, who was a human rights activist and even had a hand in writing the America's Disability Act. And I think it's awesome that people are being more open and accepting to people with disabilities. I'm grateful for being an advocate and an example to others because I can see the changes that we're making now, but even more so excited for the changes that are going to come behind.
The award is for distinguished merit. It's for outstanding service, and I've had a long career in serving people with disabilities and helping them obtain and maintain employment. Very proud of my career and the agency that I work for, so it's a huge honor.
I feel fabulous because I'm actually the voice for everyone, because being an actual special education student and also having advocacies and speaking out for everyone, teaching general education and then special education, it allows me to speak up and help my parents and actual students so they can better themselves for their world, just like my life has begun. And I was able to reach several stars, so I am there to speak for them to reach stars for themselves.
We won, I say we, because I see it as an agency award, but we won Service Provider of the Year. And we feel very proud of it, to get that recognition, which is going to lead to more awareness about what our needs are. We are a comprehensive community agency that serves people who are deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing. We provide counseling, job readiness training. We do interpreting in the community, just bringing lots of advocacy.
It is the Employer of the Year award, and we feel very honored to have received it. And we give a lot of credit also to our employees who really have the work ahead of them and who are great assets to our company. But we're very honored to have received it.
We got nominated by the Louisiana Counselors Association for veteran services because we are the Molly Frank Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that provides service dogs to veterans at no cost. So it's really nice to have counselors on our side. We have 22 suicides a day, and sometimes whenever I think about that and I hear of my friends or just anybody, I really wonder if they had a service dog right there with them, if they would have been a little bit better than suicidal. The guys that are coming back damaged and, have PTSD, and a lot of them have traumatic brain injuries. And whenever they come back, they isolate. They don't want to go out to the grocery store. They don't want to go out in public just because of a high anxiety, a lot of anxiety. And, to be able to have a dog with you, it's really awesome just because you know that you have, you have something there that has unconditional love for you and that doesn't judge you. And, it helps people be able to regain their social skills and be able to go out in public, go to grocery stores, and if you have a dog with you, you feel like you're not alone, and you're able to go places with the dog better than when you're not able to, better than when you don't have a dog. So.
People can get more information about the Governor's Office of Disability Affairs by going to the Governor's website, which is gov.la.gov. And from there, they can go to the Programs tab and find Disability Affairs there.